In this video, we'll show you how to do the dynamic electron multiplier conditioning routine. First of all, make sure that your electron gun dialog box is off, the beam is off, and the filament is off. You see the conditioning dialog box is accessible. We're going to start with the filament selected on, and we'll degas that to the minimum time of 5 minutes. The beam is on. I'll start it at 500 volts, take it up to 3000 volts. You see it's set to 180 minutes, which would be a normal degas. I'm going to set that down to 5 minutes just for this training purpose, for this video. This analyzer has already been degassed, so I can get away with that. Okay, I have the multiplier degases checked. In this case, it would run from 0 to 1300 volts and just sit there for 30 minutes. With the dynamic mode set, it's going to be set by the multiplier will be set automatically to where we get 60% of our maximum counts with the analyzer energy at 1030 eV. What that does is allows electrons to pass through the analyzer into the multiplier, so we're using electrons to help degas the multiplier, not just applying a static voltage. And in order to do the dynamic mode, you have to make sure that your analyzer is set about 4 millimeters away from your target sample, which is the normal, close to the normal focal point of the analyzer, the target distance. So make sure you do that first. Okay, let's go ahead and hit start. We get an error message, a caution message that pops up and says make sure that you set the CMA to target distance to 4 millimeters. We did that, so I'll say yes. Now we can see the filament current is degassing. It's going to ramp up to 0.920 amps over 5 minutes. Then the beam voltage will come on, 500 volts up to 3000 in 5 minutes, and then the multiplier will turn on and be set automatically to this voltage of 60% of maximum voltage with the analyzer at 1030 eV. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes. Okay, now we're back. The beam voltage is almost done conditioning, and then the multiplier voltage will set automatically. Okay, the beam's coming up. A few more seconds. Okay, dynamic mode is setting the multiplier voltage. Dialog box has disappeared. It should pop back after a second. There we go. Alright, it set the multiplier voltage to 1265 volts, so that's reasonable. And now it will just sit there for, in this case, 30 minutes, and you could set that longer, and it will use electrons to help to scrub the electron multiplier clean. So that's how you use the dynamic mode. Another way to do that, however, let me stop, is let's open our dialog box on the electron gun, turn the beam on, 2 kV. Turn the filament on, increase it up to about 0.92 for this analyzer. Okay, that should be close to 300 nanoamps of target current. And now all we have to simply do is just acquire the elastic peak. Sets the multiplier voltage automatically. Alright, and just leave the elastic peak sit there for some time, like an hour or two if you want to do it that way. That's another way to degas the multiplier. We're also getting electrons to come in through the analyzer into the multiplier, and so which of course get increased, amplified, and then converted to signal for us. But that also means those electrons are going through the electron multiplier, which is helping to degas it. So you can do it that way as well. As long as you're conditioning the filament and the beam voltage, and if you've got the analyzer set close, you might as well do the dynamic mode and just let the multiplier degas that way. But you can degas at any time just by simply acquiring an elastic peak and just letting it run for some time.